Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a seriously authoritative new medical resource, one that's fundamentally transforming how we understand reproductive health. If you're a clinician or a researcher working in the andrology space, trust me, you're going to want to pay attention to this.
We've got to start with the pretty stark clinical reality straight from the book's preface. You probably know infertility affects roughly 15% of couples worldwide. But here's the massive takeaway. Male factors are solely or partially implicated in up to 50% of all those cases. Half!
So, here's our agenda for today. We'll cover 1. The Male Infertility Challenge. 2. A Clinician's Compendium. 3. Meet the Editors. 4. Inside the Chapters. And 5. Accessing the Compendium.
All right, Section 1. The Male Infertility Challenge, a 50-year decline. The crucial point we have to establish first is this growing, half-century decline in men's overall fertility potential. And as clinicians, you know that while our basic understanding of pathophysiology has made huge leaps, real-world application? Well, it's not always straightforward. We're still facing massive subsets of idiopathic infertility. Plus, managing conditions like varicocele, infections, and especially non-obstructive azoospermia, that remains a highly controversial, really difficult clinical hurdle.
Moving to Section 2. A Clinician's Compendium, the ultimate solution.
This brings us to the definitive tool designed to help professionals actually solve these exact clinical dilemmas. It's called Current and Future Advances in Male Infertility, a compendium for clinicians and researchers, newly published by Springer. This resource was built explicitly to bridge that frustrating gap between basic science and what you actually do in the clinic. It gives you this incredibly comprehensive review of the cellular, molecular, and genetic aspects of testicular function.
And if you're wondering about the book's authority, look no further than the foreword by Dr. Peter N. Schlegel. He's an absolute titan in the field. He praises this impressive international collaboration for providing a globally balanced perspective, and he literally calls it well worth the read. When Dr. Schlegel says that, you know it's a big deal.
Okay, Section 3. Meet the Editors, Global Masterminds.
Let's look at the masterminds who curated this textbook. The project is driven by 4 highly respected senior clinicians. We've got Dr. Ashok Agrawal from the US, who directed the andrology lab at the Cleveland Clinic and has edited, get this, 55 medical textbooks. Incredible. He's joined by Dr. Ramanan Saleh from Egypt, Dr. Florence Boitrel from France, and Dr. Rupan Shah from India. By uniting experts from the US, Egypt, France, and India, the book totally nails a clinically relevant, genuinely worldwide perspective.
And there's an even bigger network behind this. Dr. Agrawal actually founded the Global Andrology Forum, or GAF, alongside co-founders and advisors like Dr. Saleh, Dr. Boitrel, and Dr. Shah. They're leading an international coalition of 700 members, spanning 84 countries. So this book, it's a direct reflection of that massive collaborative brain trust.
Moving on to Section 4. Inside the Chapters, Exploring the Exhibits.
Let's crack open the book itself. You're getting contributions from 42 hand-picked experts across 17 countries, all meticulously organized into 8 sections. The first half of the 19 chapters takes a sweeping look at declining reproductive health. But it doesn't just list the problems. It unpacks the real-world clinical implications of the WHO's 6th edition on semen analysis. It dives into how endocrine-disrupting chemicals, or EDCs, affect us daily. It even explores the terrifying reality of epigenetics, pointing out that even totally normal-appearing sperm might be carrying hidden hereditary anomalies. Plus, it gives fantastic, detailed overviews of sperm DNA fragmentation and the pathophysiology of seminal oxidative stress, what we call MOSI.
And the flow of the book makes so much sense. It literally guides you step by step through clinical progression. It takes you from initial WHO standard semen evaluation, right through complex genetic diagnoses, and straight into targeted treatments for things like varicocele and infections. It even pushes into tomorrow's frontiers. There's an entire chapter dedicated to how artificial intelligence is about to completely revolutionize reproductive medicine and andrology. Talk about a game changer.
But what I really appreciate, the editors do not shy away from the hard stuff. Entire chapters are dedicated to navigating what they accurately call clinical minefields. We're talking deep dives into hypogonadism in infertile men, the epidemiology of sexual dysfunctions, and the complexities of non-obstructive azoospermia. Oh, and there's a highly practical penultimate chapter on optimizing sperm before utilizing assisted reproductive techniques, or ART.
Finally, Section 5, Accessing the Compendium, securing your copy.
So, how do you actually get this 407-page resource from Springer Nature onto your desk? Well, you have two ways to add this to your clinical library. You can get instant access via the ebook edition for $129.99, which is great because you can read it on any device. Or, if you prefer a durable reference book for the clinic, the hardcover edition is $159.99, and it dispatches worldwide in just a few days with free shipping.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. With male factors contributing to half of all infertility cases globally, are you absolutely sure you're equipped with the latest scientific strategies to tackle this crisis? Because this compendium, it might just be the exact blueprint you need to optimize your patient's care. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive.